Right about here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the Chris and Andre Show.
It's so bad. Like, for example, I saw like a couple thumbnails. Let Claude generate your website for you in minutes. Get out of here. That ain't gonna happen. There's I guess the best way to put it is the ability to automate and produce things has increased, but the usefulness of the things that we automate and produce is diminishing. So
yeah, I mean, it's, the things that AI, just assume anytime that you and I say AI, we really have quotation marks.
Gene, what did I tell you about finger quotes?
Not to do them, but ironic detachment is great. Nothing means anything.
But I feel like a lot of the problems that AI is solving are not problems that we necessarily needed to solve. It's kind of like Tesla with the door handles. It's like, look, we turned it into an electronic button. And it's like, okay, what happens in a fire? Well, in a fire, you can access this hidden panel that's 3 panels down, and then that way you'll figure, oh, and did you know that the new ones only have front door releases, not back door releases? So if your kids get caught in the back, then you're like...
yeah, we have spent a lot of time looking for problems to solve.
Seriously.
That aren't really problems. But I do see
and yet there are so many problems that are right in front of our face that we just refuse to address.
Yeah. That's not important enough. I saw this video today, speaking of like Tesla and AI. I guess Corpus Christi is running out of water.
Yeah.
And what I'm concerned about, and this is not a political statement, is like, when do we get to a point where we produce things that are actually helpful for people, the environment, and I don't know, possibly society? Now, I don't want to blame all the lack of water on data centers, because I'm sure that's unfair, but it'd be worthwhile to probably have some desalination plants, because eventually we're going to need them, just like in places. So I don't know.
No, I mean, that's a that's a great point. And it's not, I don't see the problem going away, right? Like, that problem is only going to be made worse by the increased production of data centers and the worsening climate change. Like, that's all.
But the more pressing issue is climate change. It's not data centers.
Yeah.
So once and if the market crashes, we won't be having this conversation anymore.
Yeah, which I think it feels like we're getting closer and closer to that moment. Because I feel like I feel like with the way that things are going financially in the financial markets and just globally, that the investment in all of those data centers starts to look a lot riskier, and that people are going to want to start pulling their money out of those as soon as they can.
Yeah, I don't see a real upside to I don't think there is a race in AI. Like, to be honest with you, I think that is just
So you're
just
saying
hype
AI is
from Wall Street.
colorblind?
I'm sorry?
So you're saying AI is colorblind?
Because I am colorblind.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though. There's not really. I'll let you finish. There's not a race in AI. What do you mean?
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I think it's just market hype, and it's all about market cap, and there's no real intrinsic value to what they're doing. That's okay. Right. I'm not hurt by that, but what I am concerned about is that people lose their jobs? You know, could it mean that there are less marketers? Possibly. I think there's some there are some fields that may get.
How would that make you feel, Andre, if there were less marketers?
Part of me,
No, I'm just kidding.
part of me kind of wouldn't be upset. But I think that part of it for me is that we need some more evolution in our job market. And we need to probably cull some of the oversaturated markets in job fields. But at the same time, the tricky part is creating new jobs or having skill transfers. And I don't know how we accomplish that.
Yeah, because you can't do the culling without having you can, but ideally you would have a system in place to help transfer the people who lose their jobs into the new, whatever the new technology or new area of growth is projected to be.
And I don't see that we've and I've said this countless times. We don't pivot.
Pivot! Pivot! Pivot!
Anymore. We just kind of react, and that's a bad habit. So,
Well, and we've been doing a lot to, not only react, not even just react, but like to, in some ways, proactively work against ourselves for the future. The defunding of education across the United States and at the federal level has significantly impacted, I think, our ability to pivot, right? We're not seeing the types of, I think, innovations and stuff because we're also not helping to produce that.
well, I think it's bad that we're defunding education, and we, as a country, we perform so poorly compared to other like developed countries. But I also think that we are sending our children to college in hopes of getting a job that may not be here in 5 years. So, and
we've been doing that for a while now, right?
Yeah.
I think probably since at least 2008.
Yes.
Seems like.
I would, yeah.
Right? I know for me, right, when I was growing up, it was, if you want a good job, you got to go to college. It doesn't really matter what you go to college for. It's more just to show that you can sit there for 4 years and put in the effort and, it's good networking and all of this stuff. But really, it's just about completing your 4-year degree. That's all you really need. And then you can go do whatever you want. It's like, well, what kind of donkey shit is that?
That's not a system.
That's a horrible system.
It's a hustle.
Learn some skills that you're not going to apply at all. And, I think I guess now, having been, working for as long as I have in like the kind of, more professional, non like retail side of things, I think I recognize that, yes, there are some base level skills that you have to enter the job market, but most of what you're going to need to know are things that you should be taught by the place hiring you. Like,
it's kind of how that works out.
Yeah. And so that whole idea of like, oh, well, you need a degree or you need all these years of experience is not really true. It's more about like, how well can you learn and apply what you learn, to the job that I'm giving you.
Yeah.
So it seems to me the education system should be more focused on providing that foundational level of the ability to learn, and then, take that and apply it. Then it should be on learning very specific facts or skills. I don't know. Yes, there are some skills, right? Like carpentry or, like I think the trade skills and stuff like that, there are definitely, and doctors, obviously. Where, yes, you need some formal kind of education on some of those things. But I think a lot of the other stuff that most people do on a day-to-day basis for their work doesn't necessarily require all of that. And so to your point, right? Like we've been
people that are not doing jobs based on their degrees. Like that's a very common occurrence. It's part of my sniffles, allergies. But I don't have a solution for. I do, but I don't think our country is bold enough to do it. I mean, I do think as a country we should borrow things that work in other countries. As I've talked about before, Germany's got a pretty good handle on things. Most of Europe has a pretty good handle on education. And they are subsequently ranked higher than we are in education. So,
thanks for checking out the Chris and Andre Show. This is the part where we ask you to like and subscribe. You could also leave a comment and share this with someone you think would find useful. For more content like this, head on over to chrisandandreshow.com. Remember, stay sane, stay safe, and stay salty. We'll see you on the next one.